Keith, you didn't even tell me I look handsome yet.
There's a reason for that.
Keith, no one's buying it. No one's buying it. They have eyes.
You're right.
Okay, I haven't made any of my picks yet. Is that a problem?
I have no prep. I'm just this is your thing, and I'm just here. I'm here to look good on camera.
Welcome to my thing, everybody. It's the 2022 Bluff Council presents pre-Oscars showcase extravaganza bonanza fireworks spectacular.
Perfect. Welcome. I love it.
We're here, baby. We're here.
We're here on the pre-red carpet.
Yes. Yeah. You know, I mean, we'll be there too. We're invited.
We're definitely invited. We're definitely invited.
Keith, how many times have you dreamed about going to the Oscars yourself as a nominee? Probably, I would imagine.
I'm only going if I win.
You need to be alerted ahead of time.
I mean, it is the dream. I'm pretty confident it's your dream as well. I mean, I often think about what my speech would be and how awful probably it would wind up being.
How much it would they'd take the Oscar back from you halfway through.
As someone who has butchered real life speeches, I know that this would only get worse.
Yeah, I was there. I was there for the Emmy acceptance speech that we won together.
Yeah.
You crickets.
Tell me about your Oscar experience. Is this where you want to start?
Yeah, whatever, man. I love the Oscars. I think we've talked about it before. I'm obsessed. It's really my only dream. It's my number one goal. I wrote down that when I was a kid. I made another list. My top 5 things I wanted to accomplish when I was like 22. It's there. It's there every time. I want to hold one of those statues. I've seen statues before, but I refuse to touch one until it's my own. I'll never pick one up if I don't win one. And that's just a little punishment for myself for not being good enough, if that's the case. But I just want it. I know it's stupid. I know awards are meaningless.
Yeah.
And I know that once I win one, note the confidence, once I win one, I will still feel empty and unfulfilled. And like I need to do more because I have psychological impediments in that area. Nothing will ever be enough. But that would be a good benchmark. I just love the grandeur of film and Hollywood culture, and the Oscars is like the epicenter of that. Yeah. And I love that once you win one, till the end of time, till the end of your existence, they'll put Academy Award winner so-and-so on the trailers, on any film you work on, in any project, like all that stuff. I just love, like, you're in. You made it. Unless you win for, like, animated short, and then no one respects you. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's the dream of all dreams, but also I feel like everyone on the outside knows like it's all bullshit anyway. But it's still it's such a hypocrite because I'd cut someone's throat for one, but also I know it's meaningless. So it's weird.
God, did you watch last year's?
Yeah, we did.
The last year's that was the worst one of all time. We watched it, right?
Yeah.
It was in that train station in LA, and it was like they moved Best Picture up because they thought Chadwick Boseman was going to win Best Actor and close the show, and then Anthony Hopkins won, and he wasn't even there, and they were just like, well, have a good night.
Yep. The Academy congratulates Anthony Hopkins and accepts the Oscar on his behalf.
Not having Best Picture be the last category is nuts. Anyways, we're here to talk about our Oscar predictions. Keith, we don't know anything. We haven't even watched all of these movies. But we know something. We know something.
What do we know?
What we know is I know you're stupid and you think I'm stupid.
I know it. I know it.
So we're having a little competition here. Good old-fashioned, unfriendly rivalry where we're going to each pick the winners to each category that the Academy has deemed important enough to be on the telecast. Sorry, film editing. That has nothing to do with proper filmmaking.
Film score, worthless.
And we're going to compare our scores at the end of the night, and the loser's going to have to do something.
Just tell me what you want me to fuck.
We got some interesting ideas on our Instagram.
We did. I feel like
none of which I think we should do. Would you shave one eyebrow?
No, absolutely not. I have a real life and a job that I have to go to. I can't be.
If this was my full-time gig, I would consider it.
Yeah, that's different. If you guys want to hop on Patreon,
Hop on our Patreon.
I will gladly shave any body part for your guys' enjoyment. If this is my full-time job.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I was thinking the loser has to wear a t-shirt of the winner's choice during one of our next episodes.
Okay.
No matter what. Outside of maybe really overt racism.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It can't. I don't think I would wear most anything, but if it's like I support fill in the blank, I can't do that because that image will live forever.
That's a bummer because that's where I was gonna go with it. I think.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Keith, if you guys tune in a week or two and you see an episode with Keith wearing a t-shirt that says like, "What's up with all these minority in my neighborhood now?" You'll know. Although you live in South Boston, so that'd probably go over well.
I'd be a hero.
Yeah. You'd have all your neighbors be like, yeah, this guy's
a great
let's
question.
elect this guy mayor.
If I got one thing against the black chappies, it's this. No one gives it to you.
Okay, so we're just going to do random here, Keith. How much thought have you put into this?
A little bit. I've put in some thought. I've probably seen about 6, 7 of the movies in total. There's a handful I'd still want to see, just didn't have the opportunity to see before this. We're recording this sometime before the event, so I may still watch some closer to the actual event to be prepared. For our live streams, we should mention that as well. We're gonna pop in on Instagram Live and kind of do some real time stuff. Winners, losers between me and Ev. So follow this journey. This big journey.
I got a full-on robot chubby.
Here's where we're going to start, Keith. Category number 1. Writing adapted screenplay.
Wonderful.
Adapted. Okay?
Okay. I don't have a good feeling about this one. I'm going to pick The Lost Daughter is what I will select.
How come? Have you seen the film?
I have not seen the film, but I've seen a good chunk of the other ones, and I don't think
and they're all trash.
And I don't think they're that good. I want to talk Power of the Dog, but we can get into that. Obviously, there's more to discuss about that film, but I know it's going to sweep probably everything. That's the odds-on favorite, but I don't see a lot of value in a lot of that film. So we can talk about
that's classic Keith Macri.
So out of a process
Best
of
film
elimination,
of the year by far.
a little process of elimination. That's what I'm going to go with.
So Keith's stance is because the Power of the Dog is so shitty, he's going with The Lost Daughter.
Yeah.
We should say, too, that it probably goes without saying since we haven't seen all of these films, because, again, you're not paying us to do this full time.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We're just picking who we think should or will win, not who we think should win. We're trying to predict the winner. So there's plenty of these where it's like, there's not who I would like. I would like somebody else to win. But
I mean, if I want to play it safe, I'll just pick Power of the Dog every time. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So that's who I'm picking.
Although now there's I think Jane Campion messed that up a little bit by insulting Venus and Serena. I really do think that's gonna have an impact on this.
Serena and Venus, you are such marvels. However, you do not play against the guys. Like I have to.
But we can get to that.
Yeah.
Here, in this category, I am also picking The Lost Daughter. So, starting with a tie. If it's a tie, we both have to wear the t-shirts.
Well, then tie is we both wear a shirt. I think that's funny. We both lose. Not that we both win.
Yeah. Nobody's winning here.
That's fine.
We're all losers here.
Yeah. Okay.
So I am also picking The Lost Daughter by Maggie Gyllenhaal. I did see that film just recently, and I thought it was very good. Thought it was very, very well made, very thoughtful, and well written. And I think this is where that film gets awarded. Because I'm a little shocked it's not nominated for Best Picture. How it's better than Dune, which everything is, and I think it's better than Don't Look Up, which is nominated. It was one of the better films I've seen this year. So surprised. So I think this is where Maggie Gyllenhaal gets the win. Next category, let's do something sexy.
I mean, we fuck really, really well together. I feel like everybody knows that, but
Best actor in a supporting role. All right. This is a tough one because I'm going against popular opinion here. I'm gonna pick Jesse Plemons for The Power of the Dog. I thought he did amazing, and I'm kind of picking with my heart on this one, which is a mistake because I really like his work as in that film and as a whole. He's rapidly becoming like a really great part of a lot of great movies I see. I think he's really, really good. So I'm pulling for him, but there's other favorites.
I'm gonna stay with the Power of the Dog and go Cody Smith McGee. Is that
McPhee?
McPhee. I think his performance was, as much as I didn't like the film, spoilers, I think his performance was very good. I like a nuance performance, and I think he executed that very, very well. He didn't. He played a very like subtle tension very well. In watching, I think he aided a lot of that tension throughout that whole film with his sort of mysterious, reserved, calm performance. And I think those performances are always the strongest. You do the most, doing the least, sort of feel to it. And I think he did a really good job. So
That's sort of what that whole movie does, but you know, you do you.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. So that's what I would take.
I say those weren't popular choices. I'm glad you didn't choose the favorite. I think in the trades is Troy Kotsur from Coda. I think he's won some early awards here, and he's kind of the favorite maybe going into it. So both you and I are picking outside longer shots.
Yep.
Okay, let's do actress in a supporting role.
Okay.
Back-to-back supporting. I have seen all of these films, and I mean the overwhelming favorite is Ariana DeBose from West Side Story. If you read anything, that's who people are into.
I think it's DeBose.
DeBose, Monique says.
Continuity.
It's coming. She had to come say hi. She got her vaccines yesterday, and she was fucked up.
COVID.
Don't trust those vaccines. We knew it. No, she got rabies and all that stuff, and it was like she couldn't walk for all night. She was breathing weird, and now she's back, and we're so happy. You like this, Keith? Let's turn you on, you sick fuck.
I'm gonna take Ariana DeBose. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if I pronounce it wrong. I think she was excellent. I think she's a great stage presence. She seems like a really great performer. She's very performative, very expressive. I like what she did in West Side Story. I think she's great.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's a smart choice because I think she is the overwhelming favorite. I thought she was really good. I didn't think that she was so amazing that she should be an overwhelming favorite. I'm going with Kirsten Dunst. Old school, baby. Child of the 90s.
Tell you don't.
Why not? Can't I change like everybody else?
I mean, I'm a child of the 80s, and she probably is too. Whatever. You know what I mean. You get it.
I don't.
Kirsten Dunst.
I wonder why it was stars she gave us. Why not diamonds? Why not hearts? Why not spades?
Disagree.
It's our year, baby. It's not. Ariana is going to win. Next category, let's do animated feature film.
Perfect. Right up
right
my
up your alley.
alley.
This is the one category where Keith is probably seeing all entries.
No, I haven't seen any of them. You haven't seen any of them? No.
Okay, well, what have you read about? What did Variety say would win?
Yeah, I will say Encanto will win.
Wait, no, I'm going first.
I won't say Encanto.
I'm picking Encanto.
Me too. Great choice. I'm picking Encanto because that's the only one I've heard about. Every person, every article, that's all I've heard is all the rage.
Well, I also just read something about Flea, which I guess is also nominated for Best Documentary. So I guess that means something. I don't know how a documentary can necessarily be fully animated.
Yeah, I was confused. I didn't look into it.
We're going to have to Google it. We're going to have to do a little research, which we don't like to do.
As you can tell. Yeah, I was confused. How is a documentary an animated film?
I don't know, but that is interesting. Excuse me. I will say I heard so many good things about the Mitchells versus the Machines. and I tried to watch that on an airplane, and I turned it off after 6 minutes. Couldn't do it. On an airplane. Get out of here.
Yeah. All right. Well, now I hope that wins just because.
Let's move on to a category in which you and I are both experts.
Yep.
Costume design.
It's what I'm known for.
Who you got, Keith?
I will take Dune.
Dune costume design.
Dune costume design. The movie will get rewarded over the night, and I think this is one of those times. I think the aesthetic of that film is really top level. All right. All right. Well said. He did that in a suit, ladies and gentlemen.
I do think Dune will get rewarded somewhere.
Not
but
this?
I'm going with... this one's actually tough. I feel like this is where Nightmare Alley is going to get one.
I have bigger plans for them.
I'm switching. West Side Story. I'm going West Side Story.
I don't think the costumes were that good in that. But do you think the costumes really stood out? Never mind.
Well, yeah, just like in terms of, decade specific, time accuracy.
Okay.
And they're very pretty, like I thought, like in a lot of those numbers where they're dancing in the streets and the colors are all coordinated so beautifully, especially that America song where they're all wearing yellow and red, and it's just like really good. I think that'll win. I also think West Side Story, just like you say about Dune, is going to have to get rewarded in a couple different ways, and it's not going to win a lot of the big ones in my opinion. So here's the spot.
Okay.
Let's do a documentary feature. Actually, something that we should know about.
But I don't.
Yeah. I don't watch documentaries personally because they're so goddamn boring. I make them.
Because they're brilliant.
Yeah, Flea. Flea is nominated.
Flea, yeah, it's crazy. I've heard about it. It is something I've heard about. But I didn't know it was animated, and I was confused when I saw it was animated, and then my brain melted, and I...
Losing your mind.
I watched more SpongeBob SquarePants.
Probably should watch that movie. How do you make an animated documentary?
We're going to find out.
Just like an animated recreate. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's like audio. Like they have audio from an event.
That's what I would think. Like I've seen documentaries that you don't have B-roll for, you don't have cover for, that you just like animate something to give like a flavor of what's happening. Like maybe it's just all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you go first?
That might mean that Flea is going to win Best Animated Film. But it probably won't win both, would it? Would they give it Best Animated Film and Best Documentary Film?
If they think it's that good.
I don't think they would do that. I think it would only win one. And it'll probably win Best Animated Film, but I'm going to say no, it's going to win Best Documentary Film. So I'm choosing Flea.
Yeah, I would choose Flea too, because it's nominated somewhere else. That's my sole reason that's why I would pick it.
I know that the Questlove documentary, Summer of Soul, was really beloved and really well received. I haven't gotten to watch that yet, but that's been on my list for a long time. So I would have chosen that had it not been for this mysterious animated documentary that's going to sweep all the awards, apparently.
Yeah. I'll root for the Summer of Soul, but again, if we're not picking with our hearts, we're picking with our heads.
Holy shit, man! International feature film, Flea, also nominated. Has this ever happened before? Honestly, I can't be true.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That's crazy. You're nominated for Best Film in 3 different categories? That's really crazy.
Yeah, the Best Animated Film, the Best Foreign Film is the category, and the Best Documentary?
Yeah.
Wow.
This makes me think it's going to win documentary and animated. That's crazy.
I don't think it's going to win animated. I really do think in Cantillon, what's in the one that we both picked.
Encanto.
Encanto, that's it. I really do think that's going to win, but it might win these next 2 categories.
It's not going to win International Feature, which will be our next category we talk about, because Drive My Car is in this category, and that is nominated for Best Picture, whereas Flea is not. So whenever there is a Best Picture nominee that is also in the foreign film category, the foreign film is going to win that one.
It's going to win.
That's just a lock.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no, you can't bet against it unless you want to lose. So I feel like we're picking most of the same things.
We're picking most of the same. So it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna come down to 2 categories.
It's true. Okay, so we're both picking Drive My Car. Is that right?
Yeah. So I am kind of rooting for it because it looks like an indie comedy but not like overt comedy, but like an indie romantic journey of life with some lighthearted moments and some deep introspective moments. And I'm into that sort of stuff. So I am
Keith
rooting
Macri
for it.
special.
Yeah, I am rooting for it.
Let's do a little visual effects.
The only category that people will tune in for.
Yeah, this is the one where the movies you care about might be recognized.
I want you to go first. I don't know whose turn it is, but I want to hear
It's technically mine.
Then good, because I want to hear what you have to say.
So I'm going to tell you, this one I think is kind of tough, but this is where I think Dune will be rewarded. I'm picking Dune. I think Dune is not great, and I didn't love the effects. Like I know I'm on an island. We talked about it in the episode. I just didn't see what everybody else saw.
So you're picking the film to win best visual effects, and you didn't like the effects.
Well, yeah, but that's what we're doing. I'm trying to pick the winner.
I'm getting
and so
inside
I
the psyche.
think that Dune will be rewarded here because I think this might be their only Oscar, at least in the televised awards. And people did seem to really like the effects, which I thought were trash. I'm just kidding. I could also see Spider-Man being rewarded here because the Oscars want to give out, and I think Spider-Man had great effects, better than Dune. But I'm picking Dune.
So I'm picking Spider-Man, No Way Home, for that sole reason. If I didn't watch the movie or watch any of these movies, I'd still take Spider-Man solely based on the popularity of Spider-Man. This is the category that will get people to tune in because these are fun. These are much more fun movies that general audiences want to see. That's why this is being televised, in my opinion. And 2 billion people saw Spider-Man Far From Home and they loved it. So I think they're just going to reward it. And it was good. And I did see the movie, and I did think the effects were good. I didn't think they were
effects were great,
terrible. So by any means, they were good. So this is it.
It's not like they were the effects from Shang-Chi, which how dare you nominate?
That is ridiculous that film was nominated for visual effects. You can't see that final fight scene. That is completely outlandish.
Yeah. What do we do? It's all special effects, and it's not great.
Yeah. Spider-Man Far From Home will win an Oscar, and people will lose their minds because of it. Like, it's a win-win for everybody. This is it.
We'll see. It's going to be Dune. A subject near and dear to our hearts. Writing. Original screenplay.
Okay.
You lead the way, Toots.
Lead the way, Toots.
Toots?
Babe?
I think Licorice Pizza will take...
Licorice Pizza, he says.
Will take this screenplay. Going on our theme of where certain films are going to get rewarded, this is one of those. Paul Thomas Anderson, obviously incredibly talented, and I think this is one where he gets rewarded, and this film may win a couple. I'm not saying this is the only spot.
Very interesting. I love that you chose that. I'm obviously a big Paul Thomas Anderson guy. Liked Licorice Pizza. Didn't love it as much as I wanted to, but I liked it. And he's never won an Oscar, which I think I've complained about.
Been upset about. Yeah.
Kobe Bryant, Oscar winner. Paul Thomas Anderson, 0. Yeah. Crazy.
3 6 Mafia, Oscar winner.
We out of here. Yeah. Live in Tennessee.
That said, I don't think this is the movie he's going to win one for, personally. And
He's getting shut out? You think Licorice Pizza is getting shut out?
I think Licorice Pizza is getting shut out.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, I disagree, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting shut out.
I think this is where the film Belfast gets awarded. I think Kenneth Branagh is a longtime darling of the industry. I think he's very talented. I saw Belfast, thought it was very good. It was an early favorite for even Best Picture. It's still kind of in the top 3, I think, favorites as people recognize. It's a great film. And I think this is going to be, it's a personal story of his childhood. It checks all the boxes for this long tenured, successful director taking home this Oscar. So that's my choice.
Okay.
Next, we're getting to some heavyweights.
Get on the scale, son. All right. Get off the scale.
Let's bounce up to cinematography.
Woo.
Which I think might be the toughest one to call.
That's what I was gonna say. This category is, I think it might be the toughest ever. One of this stands out to me as just an amazingly talented group of all of these should win. If you said it's a 5-way tie, I would say okay. I would not be upset about that if it was a 5-way tie. So, am I up first? I don't know. Or are you up first?
I'm up first on this one. I've seen all of these films but Macbeth. I haven't been able to see yet. It's like you're saying, this is really tough because these films are all gorgeous, and from what I can tell from what I've seen of Macbeth, it's also gorgeous. I mean, Dune to me is out because I didn't like it. It was really dark. I don't know how you could win even if some of the shots were cool. No disrespect to Greg Fraser, who just did the Batman, which is effing phenomenal. Check that episode out, which should drop any minute. I was sure that Power of the Dog would run away with this after I saw The Power of the Dog. I was 100% sure. I even talked about it on one of our episodes. And then I saw West Side Story, and I was really blown away. Which, by the way, brief aside, apologies to West Side Story, which in another episode I said was going to be the worst movie of the year, and it's evidence of how awful films are this year and how Spielberg's trash. And
yeah. Let me tell you something. West Side Story is going to be the worst movie of the year. You can quote this later in the future. This movie's going to be awful.
I was drinking, I can't say I loved it, but it was really beautiful. It was a really remarkable film in a lot of ways. Very masterful in a lot of ways, including the cinematography, which has several of the best shots of the year, I think, easy. That said, I'm going to stick with The Power of the Dog. I'm sticking with The Power of the Dog.
I was nervous that we were going to have to pick another, be the same on something. I'm going West Side Story. That is the best part of that film. The production design, the set design, and the cinematography, every shot in West Side Story is perfect.
It's really beautiful.
I don't want to say that. It's just fact. I wasn't excited about this movie. I wasn't excited about Spielberg doing it. And then you watch it and you go, this is the highest level of production value I think you can get. It's gorgeous.
All right, that's good. All right. Yeah, I won't be mad. I'm sticking with Power of the Dog. Okay. So I think we're down to we have music original song.
Here we go.
Couldn't care less. This is actually a tough one to choose just because I haven't really sat and listened to any of these. And you think about trying to get some celebrity in here, that also throws it off.
I struggled a little bit with this because there's a couple ways you can see it going. I am unfamiliar with all of these songs, but I look at the movies that they're attached to and the people who are performing, singing, or getting credit for this song. And I'm gonna go with "Be Alive." I'm gonna go with "Be Alive" and Beyonce and her star power, and the nature of the film.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good safe guess. I think that's one of my two. I also have a hard time believing that the Oscars are going to nominate Billie Eilish and not reward her. That's how you get young viewers. That's how you get people sharing these videos on TikTok.
That was the other.
So I'm going to pick that one. But I think it will be either of our choices. I think for very similar reasons.
Yeah.
It's what's cool. Beyonce or Billie Eilish. Either way, you're letting down a rabid fan base.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to pick which one. Okay. So now we're jumping to the final four. The big four.
The big four.
Let's do actor in a leading role. Best actor. This was another place where early on I was sure it would be Benedict Cumberbatch. And he was going to be my pick pretty much no matter what. But then I just watched King Richard, and I think it's going to be Will Smith. I'm picking Will Smith for this. I think it works on a ton of different levels. Both him getting his first statue and sort of this later part of his career after being a favorite of so many people's for so long. I think that film gets rewarded here. And I also think that, just genuinely speaking, I've seen all of these but Macbeth. That film I thought was really good, King Richard, but his character was tough because his character's not fully lovable. But there were 3 clear parts of that film where just Will Smith is giving an impassioned speech, and I cried. 3 separate times, and it's just oh, Jesus, Will Smith in this movie is just flipping the switch.
You want to arrest us for that? Fine, but what you not gonna never do is come knock on this door talking about you had to blow their brains out in them streets cause they running with hoodlums and doing drugs and things. That's what you not never gonna say in this house.
Because it's not like every other scene I was like, wow, he's doing really great. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, he's kind of annoying. But then he gets to these moments where you're like, oh my God, I'm just almost sobbing. So that's a rare power to flex. So Will Smith.
Yeah,
Let's get that statue.
Will Smith is incredibly talented in my opinion. A great actor and has a lot of range, which I appreciate. And he can do a lot. To me, that defines great acting. It's not you can do one thing well, that you can do a lot of different things well. And I think Will Smith falls into that category.
Totally.
But I have to go with your gut instinct and go Benedict Cumberbatch with the Power of the Dog. He is the reason to me that movie is palatable. And he's not a great guy in that film, obviously, but his performance of that character is truly outstanding in my opinion. I think he was great, and he made that movie what it was. Again, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
But you also chose Cody Smith-McPhee, so you're picking two actors from a movie you claim to not like.
Because I think both
very
of those performances were great. Those are the only two things I can say about that movie that were good.
Wow. And the cinematography? No love for cinematography?
I think there's a difference between cinematography and the landscape. Like you went to a truly serene, beautiful, breathtaking place, and they captured it really well. But I think the standout shots from that film are from the landscape, are at the heart of it. Not from the creativity and the. I mean, I don't know how they lit it or what they did to affect those shots. I mean, I wasn't there, but
I think it was mostly natural light.
Yeah, so they exposed properly. That's
Jesus. Keith, utilizing natural light is a wonderful skill.
I'm downplaying it only to prove my point of why I don't think the cinematography is at the level at these other things, or it shouldn't be. It should be nominated. It shouldn't win best cinematography, in my opinion.
Well, that's sexist.
What?
All right, next category. Next category, best actress in a leading role. This one's you first, Chief.
Best actress in a leading role. I have seen none of these films.
That's also sexist.
Now that's sexist, yes, and I apologize. So I'm going on my gut. Actually, no, I take that back. I have seen one of these films. I've seen Being the Ricardos, but I will not take Nicole Kidman.
That's probably smart.
I'm gonna guess, as you know, and I will guess, and I'm afraid I'm gonna guess what you're gonna guess. So it makes me not want to do it just to spice it up a little bit. Should I do it?
We'll go with what your gut is.
Should I spice it up or should I just go with my gut?
Go with your gut. I want you to choose. You're not going to pick the one I'm going to pick.
I will take Jessica Chastain.
You're picking Jessica Chastain?
I will. And I'm assuming that's who you're going to take too.
That is who I'm picking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus keeps taking me higher and higher.
So, I guess she's been winning a lot lately, which is a reason why people are picking her. I think she was a favorite early and then kind of fell off, and I didn't hear that much about her because Kristen Stewart was getting a bunch of press for Diana. I haven't seen Spencer. Monique saw it and was infuriated by it.
By her performance or just the movie?
All of it. Hated it. So mad. Very polarizing film. But yeah, I think she was sort of the darling, and I was going to pick her prior to watching The Eyes of Tammy Faye, which I thought was a totally solid, enjoyable film, and I was blown away by Jessica Chastain's performance, who I haven't always, I'm not like a huge fan of hers. I'm just sort of, whatever, like, she's in some stuff, she's good. But this movie, I was truly, truly impressed by her transformation and her, the emotion. She has a lot of prosthetics on in this role and certain parts of it, and, when someone, we talked a little bit about this in the Batman episode with Colin Farrell, when you can act through so much makeup and be like, and resonate, and in this case with Tammy Faye, she makes you cry.
And how sad is that? That we as Christians, who are supposed to love everyone, are afraid so badly of an AIDS patient.
You know what I mean? Like, it's really spectacular, really rangy performance like you're talking about. And she, I don't believe, has ever won one. So I think this is her her big one.
Is
Kristen
that-
Stewart is sort of like could still sneak in, and also always a shout out to Olivia Colman.
Yeah.
In The Lost Daughter, she's so fucking good in that movie. Oh my god, she's like on next level. Like she is who I would pick. Almost should win. Like she's so good, but she's always good. So you kind of take it for granted, and I don't think
I was
they'll
gonna
give it to her.
say she has gotten her flowers, I would say. So when you
I would love to see her win a second one. I'll be celebrating if she does.
Yeah. I'm just you think of the thought process.
No.
No?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking to you.
All right, never mind.
No.
I'm sorry.
Dog's chewing on shit. Get out of there. Sorry.
Neither.
I'm a father now.
Yeah. Tell me how that's working out for you.
All right, Keith. Best director. Recent foolish comments aside, I think it's got to be Jane.
Yeah.
Miss Campion. I think for a ton of reasons, not the least of which being, I mean, I do think that's the best made film, and I think it's a remarkable artistic achievement. And I think it's just a wonderful story that she's been someone that's worked in Hollywood for so long, such a tremendous time between her last project and now. And then, you know, the cynic in me too thinks the Academy won't pass up the opportunity to right some wrongs.
Yeah, to reward
so
her.
I think this is hers. This is hers to lose. There's a slight part of me that thinks that either Spielberg or Kenneth Branagh could sneak in, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with The Power of a Dog as well. If I were to pick another one, if I wanted to be different, I would have went with Belfast, kind of for some of the reasons that you said before about why Belfast was gonna win. But it's you know, the safe bet. If I'm trying to not wear a weird T-shirt, I'm gonna take I'm taking Power of the Dog.
Yeah. The T-shirt that you're gonna wear is gonna say like, I don't hate Power of the Dog because it's bad. I hate it because it was directed by a woman. That maybe that'll be the shirt I get for you.
Unbelievable.
It might be. We said no racism. We didn't say no
sexism.
overt
Totally
sexism.
fine.
All right. Yeah. Sad again that my boy PTA will walk away empty-handed here.
Yeah.
I could see them sneaking in and giving it to Spielberg. I would be really shocked, but they might.
They might. You're right. Anything's possible. But that film is going to be rewarded plenty, I think, over the night. One or two, just not here.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the big dog, the final big dog.
This is it. I want to talk about editing.
I know. Well, editing, as we've discussed, is not important to quality filmmaking and should not be publicly recognized. This is why I never wanted to be an editor. I'm now like, I do editing more than anything else, but it was always, I want to be on camera. Okay, now I want to write. Okay, I want to direct. Okay, I want to shoot. Because editors, no one gives a shit, and they do the most.
Yeah. No one cares. You're right.
We hear you, editors. We hear you.
Bonus pick, Don't Look Up should win editing. It's my only thing I'm passionate about.
Okay.
In this whole
Throw
thing.
it in there.
So my bonus pick is Don't Look Up should win editing, in my opinion. And if it doesn't, it's all fixed. It's all fake. Don't believe anything.
It's all. Don't Look Up.
I really thought
that Don't Look Up is nominated for Best Picture seems crazy to me now. With a little more context, having watched, I've watched a lot more films this year, and I can't believe that it's nominated.
Wow, to me that's nuts that you can't believe it's nominated. I can't believe Dune is nominated for Best Picture.
I also can't believe Dune is nominated.
That is blasphemy. The film doesn't end. The story does not complete because it's part one of a bigger story. I don't know how on that fact alone, I don't know how it could be Best Picture when the story is not over. We don't know what happens to these characters.
Yeah, it's really nuts.
It's absurd. It's absurd, in my opinion, that this film is nominated for Best Picture. It's ridiculous.
That Dune is nominated, like, should be exciting because that's the kind of movie we should want, right? That's like a big movie in theory.
Yeah.
It's like it can be considered a popcorn blockbuster in theory if it wasn't so dark and boring and joyless and awful and was a complete story. So totally. So it should be a cause for celebration. But to me, that's honestly like, not that I think it should have been nominated, but that's where you hope Spider-Man goes. Like that's the slot.
Yep.
Like put that, if you're going to put a big movie in there, put one that wasn't joyless slog.
Yep. Yes.
Anyways, the nominees for Best Picture: Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, West Side Story. You first.
Me first.
Big guy.
So I have got, I mean, this is the big one, right? So I've gone back and forth, and the movie I'm going to pick, making the cardinal mistake here, and I'm going to pick a movie with my heart, and not necessarily my heart, but what I really believe was the best film.
Okay.
When I believe, after it's all said and done, what I believe the best film was Nightmare Alley. So that is the film I am going to take.
Keith, the big swing.
Yes. I don't believe it will win.
Then you shouldn't pick it.
But that is what I want to be on record. That is the film that I'm taking. I'm going to live with it. I'm going to die with it.
Well, just real briefly, why did you love it so much?
Because it sat with me. After that movie was over, it sat with me. It stayed with me. I thought about it more. I replayed it more. And every hole I tried to poke in it, there became value in places I didn't see it originally. Like I did a lot of work after that film was over as an audience member. And it became more and more impressive the more and more I sat with it, for a quick answer. I think there's a lot of thought, a lot of intent. The story is really, really solid, even though it's a 2.5-hour film. That story is, I don't want to say bulletproof, that's probably too much, but that story is a really solid, well-crafted story on top of amazing production design, amazing cinematography, amazing performances. Like, it's the best film, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was very good. It was very good. I really enjoyed it. I was impressed, all the things you say. This one's really hard because I might pull a last minute swap here because I don't know here, Keith.
I mean, we both know who's going to win. It's unfair. I don't like it. I don't like knowing who's going to win, but you're going to go against Power of the Dog?
I don't know because that's been my choice this whole time, obviously. And I think it's out of the films I've seen, I think it's the best crafted film. I was really impressed by it. The way you talked about Nightmare Alley. That's why I liked Power of the Dog so much, is I really sat with it afterwards and like, oh my God, really thinking about it, how it made me feel and all that. Like, I love that stuff. And it's beautiful and it's awesome and it will probably win. It has been the definitive favorite. But I don't want to undersell. Again, I'm sorry. But her joking about Venus and Serena, it could be something that clips her wings a little bit here, where they give her best director, but then there's a crazy Hail Mary switcheroo here.
All the band is out on the field! And who do you think it is? I'm on pins and needles.
Well, I think it's hard because I haven't seen it, but Coda is very, very highly regarded. And I don't think I've picked that to win anything yet. And I think people really like it. And I think it has won some awards in the lead up here. And so it wouldn't be shocking if Coda gets this and she gets Best Director. I also could slightly see Belfast. I could see a path for Belfast, even though I don't think so. And my really deep cut possibility is I think King Richard could slip in.
Wow.
So I don't know. To me, it's Power of the Dog or Coda. Again, not having seen Coda, but just from what I've like read and taking the tone, it's hard.
You gotta say something.
Power of the Dog, best goddamn movie of the year. I don't care what you say.
It's really
I don't
not.
care if
it's not that good. It's just not that good. It's really not.
You're insane, Keith.
It's just not.
All right, well, so Keith, we're excited. We're excited about the Oscars. We're excited to be in this competition. And we hope you'll join us on Oscar night. Join us on our Instagram at the Bluff Council, and we'll be going live a little bit.
We're gonna be going live. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to winning. beating Everett. It is big. I'm not gonna win, but
I don't know. I don't feel confident. I mean, if anything, I usually feel pretty confident, but I don't feel confident this time. I didn't do a lot of research. This was more just on like gut feeling.
Yeah. Well, tune in live, IG, Bluff Council IG, and we'll do it together. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Follow us on Patreon.